get started. Make your way into child's pose, sitting on your heels, big toes touching, your knees open out wide to your mat. Come up and out of the waist and fold the body forward. Bring your forehead to the mat, your arms are stretched out long overhead, and we work to get settled in. Work to get settled into the mat. Bringing your thoughts inward. Connect to the body. Feel what's happening in the body. Feel any tightness. Begin to send your energy and focus there. It's always interesting to me if I come and touch, under the touch, the body releases and lets go. And that's because you send your energy there. What we work to do in the practice is for you to mentally, emotionally send that energy there, wherever the tightness is, and let go without the touch. So we work to go inward, we work to connect, we connect to the body. Breathing in and out of the nose, nice and easy. The lips are gently pressed. We're going to work together to clear out the lungs. So on the next inhale, begin to breathe in deeply through the nose. Feel the lungs expand, your rib cage expand. Take in one more sip of air, hold it at the top. Open the mouth and audibly sigh out with an HA, ha sound. Pushing all that stale air out. Make way for your next big inhale. Breathe in deep. Hold it at the top. Open, let it go. Last time, biggest, best breath. Breathe in deep. Open, let it go. Feel yourself sink a little deeper into your mat. Maybe the knees come apart a little wider. Maybe you sink back into the hips a little deeper. We work to stay connected. So as we breathe through the practice, you want to feel each breath, moving the body with the breath. Keeping the connection to the body as we begin to move through the poses. The movement isn't always necessarily on the outside. The movement, oftentimes the connection is way deep in the core. So we start the practice by getting connected. Just a few more breaths right here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Make your way into tabletop position, coming onto all fours. The knees directly under the hips, the palms directly under the shoulders. We're going to open up in cat-cow on your next inhale. Let the belly drop, chin up, gaze up. Exhale, push away, arch the back up nice and high. Let your head hang. Inhale, chin up, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, push away, chin up, chin down. Let your head hang. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Now listen and follow the rhythm of your breath. Take cat-cow on your own. Don't worry about what it looks like. Close the eyes, feel it. What do you need this morning? Circle the neck, the hips, the shoulders. Whatever feels good. Flipping the wrists, stretching. Threading the needle is great. Coming back on the heels is good. Just listen to the body. Spend a few moments connecting and stretching. One more breath. All right, let's come back into tabletop. So 2 straight arms right under the shoulders, the knees directly under the hips, tighten the core. On the next inhale, the right leg lifts. Point and flex, rotate the ankle. Push away from the mat on the right palm, send the left arm up, circle the wrist. Take a second, tighten the core. Inhale, lengthen, stretch both limbs long. Exhale, round down, touch elbow to knee underneath you, hold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, touch and hold. Inhale, stretch out long. Exhale, round down, touch elbow to knee, hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, send the left arm out to the side, take a bend at the right knee, reach around to grab the top of the foot or ankle. Kicking into the palm, use your arm strength and send the toes up nice and high. Chin up, gaze up. Feel the left hand side of the chest open. Release, come back to tabletop. Let's do that on the other side. On your next inhale, the left leg lifts. Toes point, flex, rotate the ankle. Push away from the mat on the left palm, send the right arm up, circle the wrist. Take a second, tighten the core. Inhale, lengthen, stretch both limbs long. Exhale, round down, touch elbow to knee, hold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, touch and hold. Inhale, stretch out long. Exhale, round down, touch elbow to knee, hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lengthen. Now send the right arm out to the side. Take a bend at the left knee. Reach around to grab the top of the foot or ankle. Kick the toes high. Feel the right hand side of the chest open. Chin up, gaze up. Release. Come back to tabletop. Curl your toes under, send the hips up high, move into down dog. Let's continue to open the body by pedaling the feet, alternating the lift and the heel, exaggerating the movement. The heel comes way up high, send it down flat. Very nice. Come up high on the toes, lift the hips, lift the heels. Now send your heels flat to the right hand side of your mat. Come up high on the toes, lift the hips, lift the heels, send the heels flat to the left-hand side of your mat. Come up high on the toes, once again, lift the hips, lift the heels. Now take a deep bend at the knees. Take a glance to the top of your mat, hop, step, or jump to the middle of your mat. Remain in a forward folded position. So your feet come apart, hips width distance, and we hang in ragdoll. We're anchored at the hips, just let your body hang heavy. If it feels good, reach for the opposite elbows. Maybe you sway your body. Feel your body get heavier with each pass. Whew. And release. Reach around back behind you. Interlace the fingers, press the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Take your bind up and over. Let your body hang loose. Neck loose, head heavy. And release. Both palms come flat to the mat. The right palm plants directly underneath you. Take a slight bend at the right knee. The left arm reaches. We open up and then wrap it up. Draw your left shoulder back. Deepen your twist. Release. Left palm comes flat. Slight bend at the left knee. The right arm reaches. Open up and then wrap it up. Draw the right shoulder back. Deepen your twist. Release. Both palms come flat to the mat. Heel toe your feet together. Big toes touch small space in the heels. Take a little bend at the knees if you need to bring your palms flat to the mat. Bring the fingertips back in line with the toe tips. Let your head hang and slowly begin to lift your hips, moving into a deep forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. We bring the palms to the shins, elongate the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Find that deep, deep fold. Inhale, come up. I like to take a little bend at the knees. Arms come all the way up. Palms reach up high for a gentle little back bend. And release. Exhale, forward fold. Find that deep, deep fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up. Arms come up wide. Nice and reaching up and out of the waist. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Last time, come up all the way up. Reach up and out of the waist. Stretch. Reaching up, up, up. Feel the stretch in the front of the body. Release. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, both palms come flat to the mat. We've moved back into high plank position. So 2 straight arms pushing away from the mat nice and strong. Your back flat. Let's roll forward on the toes. Take a bend at the elbows. Come down halfway. Scoop up for upward facing dog. Curl the toes under, send the hips up high. Moving into down dog. Now those 4 movements are the flow, our art of vinyasa. We take a lot of them throughout this practice. You can skip any if you'd like, but let's do that again. Make your way into plank. Get solid. Roll forward on the toes. Take a bend at the elbows. Keep the elbows in, come down halfway. Scoop up for upward dog. Curl the toes under, hips up high for down dog. All right, heels anchored, hips lifted, push away from the mat, nice and strong. Let's lift the right leg, toes point down now, bend the knee and stack your hip. Begin to circle your knee clockwise, counterclockwise. Re-extend your leg, bring it back down to the mat. Let's do it on the left side. Left leg lifts, toes point down, now bend the knee, stack the hip, circle the knee clockwise, counterclockwise. Re-extend the leg, bring it back down to the mat. All right, right leg lifts, Bend the knee, stack the hip. Re-extend the leg and step it through. We're moving into a high lunge. Take your time before you come up. Straighten and stretch the right leg. Give it a good stretch. Now let's take a deep bend at the right knee. Bring your thigh parallel to the mat. Fire up the left leg. You want to bring that left hip forward. Draw the right hip back. Get solid in your stance. Peel the chest away from the thigh and send the arms back, palms down. Keep reaching up and out of the waist. You can reach around back behind you, interlace the fingers, press the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest up and away. Maybe the chin comes away from the chest. Release. Both palms come flat to the mat. Send your right leg back and move through your flow. Left side, here we go. Left leg lifts, bend the knee, stack the hip, re-extend the leg, step it through, move to a high lunge, take your time, straighten and stretch the left leg. Wake it up. Woo! Take a bend at the left knee, bring the thigh parallel to the mat. Take a moment, bring that right hip forward, draw your left hip back, get solid, peel the chest away from the thighs, send your arms back, palms down. Reach around. Behind you, interlace the fingers, press the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades, and continue to lift up and out of the waist. Chin comes up, squeeze, sit a little deeper, release. Both palms come flat to the mat. Send your left leg back and flow. Try to keep the elbows in as you come halfway down. Woo, here we go, right leg lifts. Step it through, move to a high lunge. Find your balance, peel the chest away from the thighs, send the arms back. Check your stance. Bring the left hip forward, draw the right hip back, sit a little deeper. Stay deep in your stance as you inhale. Sweep the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Feel yourself centered in the middle of your stance. Keep bringing that left hip forward, drawing the right hip back. Reach up and out of the waist, lifting from underneath the shoulders. Fingertips reaching high. Exhale. Draw the arms down and back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Moving once again into Anjaneyasana. Get solid at the waist, centered in your stance. Reach up and out of the waist. One more squeeze. Release. Both palms come flat. Send your right leg back. Slow. Left side, here we go. Left leg lifts. Step it through. Find a nice high lunge. Find your balance. Bring that right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Peel the chest away from the thighs. Send the arms back. Whew. Get balanced and centered in your stance. Try to sit a little deeper. Feel it. Squeeze. Now inhale. Sweep the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Your shoulders come in and up. Chin away from the chest. Squeeze in the inner thighs. You sit a little deeper. Exhale. Draw the arms down and back. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Anjaneyasana. Chest lifted. Continue to draw that hip back. Release. Both palms come flat to the mat. Left leg comes back and flow. All right, here we go. Right leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Re-extend the leg, step it through. Warrior one. Take your time, find a wide stance. The back foot spins flat at a 45-degree angle. The whole foot is flat to the mat. Bring your left hip forward and draw your right hip back as you sit a little deeper in your stance. Both arms up, chin up. Bringing the shoulders in, reaching up. Now stay deep in your stance, but open to warrior two. Feel yourself centered in your stance. Gazing over the right fingertips. Flip the right palm up. Take the palm up and back, reverse warrior. Take your time, sit deep, reach high. Come back to warrior two. Now bring the right forearm to the right thigh, the left arm reaches for a modified side angle. Come back to warrior two, sit deep. Let's take reverse warrior again. Flip the right palm up, take the palm up and back. Sitting deep, reaching high. Come back to warrior two, hold. Release, cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Send your right leg back and flow. Left side, here we go. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Re-extend the leg, step it through. Warrior one. Find a wide stance. Check the back foot. Bring that right hip forward. Draw the left hip back. Sit deep in your stance. Chest lifted, both arms strong. Chin away from the chest. Bring the shoulders in and up. We're sitting deep, reaching nice and high. Open warrior two. We keep the lift to the chest, both arms strong. Flip the left palm up, take the palm up and back. Reverse warrior. Take your time, sit deep, feel it, reach high. Come back to a warrior two. Bring the left forearm to the left thigh, the right arm reaches for modified side angle. Come back to warrior two. Flip the left palm up, take the palm up and back. Moving back to reverse warrior once again, sit deep, reach high. Come back to warrior two, hold. Cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Send your left leg back and flow. Woo! Big inhale through the nose. Open, let it go. One more time. Breathe out. Come up high on the balls of the feet. Look to the top of your mat. Hop, step, or jump to the middle of your mat. Come to stand. That is the end of video one, the end of the warm-up. We are moving into video two, the balancing.